Okay, so there's different ways to do this armbar. We're gonna stick to like are you okay? Don't break your leg, Christ's sake. We're gonna stick to the way which has the most control and the easiest to understand. So we have normal side control again. I move my arms so both my arms are on the same side. I make like a little monkey grip here. I cup his tricep, pull my elbow across, move my head to the side. So he can't bend his arm and circle it over my head, okay? I need to pull him on his side. So I make a little bit of space between him and my knees, and then I pull him up onto his side. You understand? My hand goes on the floor, trying to block his shoulder, okay? Keeping my weight on his arm here. Now, normally, if you turn this way, normally when you get to a higher level, this person knows what you're gonna do, you understand? So he's gonna try to stop me from stepping over his head by blocking my hip or blocking my leg, okay? So what I have to do now is I take my hand, put it on his wrist, I move my knee back, push his hand down, and then I pass my knee over it. So I'm trapping his forearm. Now, see how deep his arm is, yeah? Don't just trap his wrist. He can pull his wrist out, yeah? Trap really deep, close to his elbow, okay? Once I'm here now, I switch my feet over. Now I have a clear path to step over his head, right? So now I push his head down, I step over here. What's gonna happen now is I'm gonna base with my hand and I'm gonna fall slightly diagonal. So not directly here, slightly diagonal. So base with my hand, pass my leg across, sit down, and I try to catch either the back of his hand like this or like his thumb here. I'm gonna pull it to the other side, away from his head, okay? My knees must be pinched together, and then I'm gonna pull his elbow and break it over the hip opposite his head, okay? So then you can stay there, just move this way a bit. So again, normal side control, switch my hands, cup grip, near the elbow, pull him over, block him from putting his back on the floor, okay? Now as I go to step, he tries to stop me, yeah. So I think, okay, wrist control, block, switch the trap, head, pirouette over, lift my elbow up so he can't connect his hands, base, circle, knees together, catch his thumb or the back of his hand, yeah, two hands here, make sure this knee's this way, okay? If you get comfortable doing that, I'll do it this side, it's fine. So, if you get comfortable and you're happy, you don't need to do this, okay? You can just start here, change, catch. Yeah, he blocks my leg, yeah. Trap 1, 2. So when I step over, I'm gonna just spin, okay? So I go here, spin, and I catch the back of his hand, pull across, and finish, okay? Or you can hold like a reverse kimura here, lean, pass your other leg over, okay? That's why I'm at a slight angle. If I'm too square onto him here, what happens is my foot can get trapped and I can't get my leg out. But if I'm here, and if I want, I can lean and pass my leg over, and then I have more control. You understand? So start off, if you've not done it, because we've done this for the past 3 days, so if you're not comfortable at first, put your hand down and then sit and turn, and then when you're comfortable, just try and directly spin, okay? All right, if we get through this in the next 5 minutes, we'll do the escape. So once we get to this position here, turn over, turn, okay. And I've trapped his arm here. What I need to do is spin on my knee. So on my knee, my foot's gonna be slightly off the floor, and I'm just gonna spin, okay? So as I push his head, I'm gonna spin, lift his arm up, and pass my leg directly over. Now, this slows down his escape, okay? You understand? So if you can do this, this is a little bit better, but you have to be like fast and quite athletic to do it. If you're slow, or if you take a moment to like think about the problem, you're not going to be able to do it, right? It has to be like fluido. It has to be in one motion. Okay? So again, I'm here. I've trapped his hand, same as the first technique. Okay? And I'm going to start to turn on my knee and lift his arm up. So as I lift his arm up, I'm going to turn. So I'm pirouetting on my knee. I'm going to throw my foot here in this position. Okay? Again, you can grab here, pull it across and finish. That's fine. So let's look at the escape. So if Christian just puts me in the armbar position here. It's okay, sit down. So he's going to sit down. He's going to have sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit on your ass. There we go, put this leg here. So we're going to look at this escape because this is where we land first of all, right? So the first thing I need to do is turn my thumb down and try and hit it across his hip. Okay? We understand? Well, the second thing, if his foot's here, this isn't too big of a deal. If I can get underneath his foot, that's better. We'll look at it without this foot for now. So I turn my thumb down and I'm going to try to run away from him. Now you see this arm? I have to get over this arm. I can't go this way if my elbow's there. So what I have to do is pull my arm underneath. So as I go here. See where my arm is now? Then I'd come up here and then I try to block this leg. Yeah. If I don't block this leg, you can throw it over and then I have other problems. It's not the end of the world, especially in no-gi because it's sweaty and you could probably rip your arm out. But if I can get here and posture up, I've escaped. Okay, so again. So here's my arm. First thing I do is thumb down immediately. Okay, now I'm going to tuck my arm underneath me and I'm going to run away from him in a circle. So I'm going to go on my shoulders as if I'm going to roll over. Okay, so I just tuck down. See how my hips are off the floor? Yeah, and then as I come over here, I try to grab this foot before he kicks it over. Right, so see how I've blocked his leg? This is important. Well, it's not going to be the end of the world at white belt, but if you can start to block it now, when you get to blue belt, it's going to be easier to not get armbarred. Okay, we understand? Do you need to see it again, or we're happy? It's pretty easy, right? Thumb down, run away from him, try to block the other foot. Okay, so what we're going to do now is one person's going to drill the entry, but then stop, and then the other person's going to escape. So you have to do this escape fast, right? So once I'm here and I step over now, as soon as I sit down, Christian goes. All right, as soon as I sit down, he goes. So he's not giving me enough time to stop his wrist. Yeah, and that's how you would escape in the transition. Otherwise, if he doesn't go and he allows me to get all my grips, he's not escaping, right?